know what the G-Wagon has in common with Arnold Schwarzenegger? They were both born in the same place.
It's completely unapologetic. A no-excuse, in-your-face SUV that signifies an icon in the aspiration of all SUVs. You'd be hard-pushed to tell what has changed on the outside, and that's purely because Mercedes-Benz didn't want to lose their already massive fan base. The G-Class has been made on the same line in the European factory since 1979, but it's not just a luxury vehicle. It's also a utility vehicle for some. The Nigerian police force still use a stripped-down version of the G-Wagon as their staple transportation. It's the first major redesign in 40 years of this German icon.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it, the new G-Wagon.
Unveiled to the press at the Michigan Theater in Detroit with smoke, fire, and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
An environmentalist, and I'm interested in the environment. And I think that eventually we have to get off fossil fuels.
The real changes are on the inside and underneath the new G-Class. Mercedes-Benz performance arm, AMG, had a major hand in redesigning the vehicle. Before, it was uncomfortable, compact, and Spartan. The new G-Wagon will have outstanding on- and off-road performance, a much comfortable ride, and much-needed updates in luxury materials, according to the German automobile manufacturer. AMG are responsible for the suspension and axle design. There is now the addition of a double wishbone front suspension for the first time. That will significantly improve the on-road performance. The new mechanicals have been installed to maintain ground clearance, and all of these new, more comfortable engineering choices won't interrupt any of the vehicle's off-road ability, according to Mercedes. The steering has become electric power assisted, which makes guiding the most rugged of SUVs much more pleasurable. Some of the biggest news out of Detroit is the suggestion by Mercedes themselves that an electric or partially electric G-Wagon is in the future plans for the company. Arnold Schwarzenegger already has an electric G-Wagon at his home in Los Angeles. Dr. Dieter Zetscher told the audience to stay tuned for news on whether one will be available in the Mercedes showroom of the future.
Now, in the past, the G-Wagon has come in lots of different shapes and sizes, including a cabriolet.
We know a few minor things that are coming in the new G-Wagon. We know that Mercedes engineers tested it aggressively off-road to make sure the abilities exceed expectations, and they are certain they do. We know that those indicators on the all-new aluminum fenders will disappear inside the fender in case of an accident. We know that it will have a rear-view camera system that has been designed to omit the rear tire from the view, which was always a problem of the current model. That camera will also be 100% waterproof, increasing the G-Wagon's wading depth to almost 28 inches. The G-Class will get the same infotainment system that is currently available in the A-Class sedans, with CarPlay and potentially Android Auto, although we couldn't demo it on the model we saw in Detroit. To promote the new G-Class, Mercedes took a leaf out of the Jurassic Park playbook and installed a classic G-Wagon inside a block of amber resin that stood outside the North American International Auto Show. The casting process was a 90-day project and is the largest installation of its type. The honest truth is that the G-Wagon sells for $100,000 and they are icons of the rich and famous. The Kardashians drive them, soccer players drive them, pop stars drive them. One major rule for any car company is in creating a sequel is don't mess it up. Mercedes have played the G-Class safe. They haven't changed the way it looks, they just changed the way it feels, and that's a good thing.
One of the coolest things about this new G-Wagon is in the case of an accident, these signal lights would actually disappear. For OurAutoExpert.com, I'm Nick Miles.